We're going to be doing lots of SPaG revision during our home learning time, so I thought we could start off with recapping pronouns. So we don't want to have lots of repetition in our writing, so we don't want to use the same words over and over again, like in this sentence here. Gary ate supper when Gary got home. Full stop. Gary enjoyed the food. So you can see we've used Gary 3 times. Okay, so quickly think to yourself, maybe pause the video. What could you use to replace Gary? Which pronoun could we use to replace Gary, the proper noun? So instead of repeating Gary, we could replace further uses with pronouns to avoid repetition. Pronouns replace the noun Gary, the proper noun. So Gary ate his supper when he got home. He enjoyed the food. So you see also the noun supper has been made red, and the reason for that I'll explain in just a moment. So here we are, we've got the noun Gary, the pronoun he, which replaces Gary, so we don't have to say Gary twice in the same sentence. He again, and then food is the alternate noun that they've used for supper. So we can say Gary ate his supper when he got home, and instead of saying he enjoyed the supper and repeating the word supper, we've used the word food. Or you could just say it. So we've transformed that first sentence, Gary ate supper when Gary got home, Gary enjoyed the food, into Gary ate his supper when he got home, he enjoyed the food. Okay, so pause the video now and think of how many different pronouns you can come up with. So it says here, don't forget to include personal, possessive, relative and reflexive pronouns. Don't worry too much about categorising them, just think of as many as you can. So pause the video, maybe write them down or just brainstorm them in your head. Okay, here we go. Pronouns: yourself, themselves, I, you, he, she, it, they, mine, yours, theirs, his, our, who, which, that, myself. Okay, it's lots of pronouns there. So a pronoun is a word which takes the place of a noun. So I want you to sort these words in the yellow rectangle here into whether they're pronouns or whether they're not pronouns. So pause the video and have a go at that. Okay, here we go. Orange, it's a noun, it is not a pronoun. Yours is a pronoun. Himself is also a pronoun. Larry is a noun. It's a proper noun because he has a capital letter. It's a name of a person. It is a pronoun. That is a pronoun. Them is a pronoun. Home is not a pronoun. It's a noun. Piano is not a pronoun either. Him is a pronoun. Well done if you got those correct. Okay, so we're going to be pronoun detectives here. Okay, read the sentence and spot the pronoun which takes the place of a noun. There might be more than one. Let's go. Peter went for a walk and he stopped when he arrived at the cafe. Okay, so spot the pronoun in that sentence. Again, there might be more than one. Ash loves to play tennis. She is really good at it. The flute is his, not ours, replied Tomasz. We taught ourselves how to play cards over the summer break. Okay, so take a moment, pause the video, maybe copy those sentences out and underline the pronoun or pronouns in each sentence. Okay, so here we are. Peter went for a walk and he stopped when he arrived at the cafe. So the first he is blue. I'm not sure why the second he isn't blue, but that's obviously a pronoun as well. So he is a pronoun and it's replaced the noun Peter. Ash loves to play tennis. She is really good at it. So instead of Ash loves to play tennis, Ash is really good at tennis, It's Ash loves to play tennis. She is really good at it. She has replaced Ash, and it has replaced tennis. The flute is his, not ours, replied Tomasz. So those are both possessive pronouns. And we taught ourselves how to play cards over the summer break. Well done if you got those correct. Okay, so now we're going to read the sentences below and replace certain nouns with pronouns to avoid repetition. So we're doing the opposite. So the Queen wore a crown. The crown was very sparkly. My sister and I loved chocolate. My sister and I wanted to eat the whole cake. Sam was clever because Sam loved reading. When the Collins arrived, the Collins realised that the suitcase was not the Collins suitcase. So pause the video, make a note of those sentences, and you need to add in pronouns to replace the repeated nouns. Okay, so for this first one, the Queen wore a crown. The crown was very sparkly. The noun crown has been repeated. So what could you replace crown with? For the second one, Sam was clever because Sam loved reading. We don't want Sam twice in one sentence. So what can you replace Sam, the proper noun, with? When the Collins arrived, the Collins realised that the suitcase was not the Collins' suitcase. We've got 3 of the same noun in that sentence. My sister and I love chocolate. My sister and I wanted to eat the whole cake. My sister and I is repeated twice, so what could you substitute in there as a pronoun? And remember, as you can see at the bottom, it says, is there more than one pronoun which could make sense? So pause the video and have a go at that. Okay, here are the solutions. The Queen wore a crown. It was very sparkly. Okay, so the second crown was replaced by it. Oh, it just says sparky actually, not sparkly. Obviously, you could say the Queen wore a very sparkly crown and avoid that situation as well. Sam was clever because he loved reading. So the second Sam was replaced with he. When the Collins arrived, the Collins realised that the suitcase was not theirs. Or, what I put for that one was, when the Collins arrived, they realised that the suitcase was not theirs. So there's more than one option. And then the last one, my sister and I loved chocolate. We wanted to eat the whole cake. So we replaced my sister and I.